Week 18, Cycle 3, Hands-on Science using Van Cleve and Nicole Liam Yang's notes from Cyce Connected. This week it's called Hard Water. Today we're going to see the difference between hard water and soft water. Let's learn how minerals can react with soap and water. What kind of questions might we have? What is hard water? Water's not hard, water's water, right? What about soft water? What is soft water? How do minerals affect a mixture of water and soap? That's what we're going to find out. What have we already learned? What's a chemical reaction? What do we still need to find out? How are ions formed? Have you ever heard of ions? How are electrons shared or traded? What will happen when we shake the soap in a distilled water jar versus an Epsom salt water jar? What do you think will happen to the soap? What usually happens to soapy water when you shake it up? So what do you think will happen if we add Epsom salt to that soapy water? What will happen different? That's our hypothesis. Okay, so what we need for this experiment, we need some baby food jars. And I decided to order plastic baby food jars from Amazon instead of using glass baby food jars. I didn't have enough, so I'd need to buy some. And I just decided that I liked the idea of screw-on lids for this activity since it requires shaking more than the metal lids that go on the glass baby food jars that you have to get just right or else they'll spill. So we're using plastic baby food jars and really any small little cup with a lid that is secure because we're going to be shaking it. So will work just fine. We need a half measuring spoon. We need dish soap. We need distilled water, and this is a big giant gallon jug, so I poured some distilled water into a measuring cup, and we need Epsom salt. Okay, so we are going to fill both baby food jars up about halfway, and let's make sure that we have the same amount of water in both. So it doesn't matter, you don't need to measure how much water you're putting in, just make sure that they have the same amount. Okay, so they have the same amount of water. Now, hang on, there it is. Now to one of the jars, we're going to add half a teaspoon of Epsom salt. All right, so there's my half a teaspoon. I'm going to put it into that one. And it says stir well. So I'm going to stir it until I can't see the salt anymore. All right, I still see some granules, but I'm going to stop and hope that it works. Okay, so then I'm going to do 3 drops of dish liquid. It says to use an eyedropper, but if we just use the container, then we can get 3 drops. Whoop. I am totally wrong. Well, I think it's fine still. I think we can just put a little bit in. There we go. If I was more slow, then I got the 3 drops. So you could use an eyedropper to be more precise if you want. I think we're going to be able to see what we need to see regardless, so... All right, so then you're going to put the lids on nice and tightly. And we're going to shake the jars back and forth 15 times, okay? I'm going to try and do them at the same time. And the kiddos can be working in pairs for this, so one of them, gets a jar. Each of them gets a jar. So remember, the blue lid is the one that has Epsom salt, and the yellow lid does not, but otherwise they're the same. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Oh. So, let's see. Hang on. Let me hold it up. What we are looking at is how high are the bubbles? One of them clearly has more bubbles than the other. Which one is that? It's the yellow one. The yellow one that did not have Epsom salt clearly has more bubbles than the blue one. The bubbles went up higher. Do you see that? Distilled water is a type of purified water with its minerals and contaminants removed. It is boiled into vapor and then condensed back into liquid in a separate bottle. In our experiment, we wanted to see how soap reacts to pure water versus water with minerals included. The tap water in our houses is usually a type of hard water, meaning it has a high mineral content. Magnesium and calcium molecules have been absorbed into the water over time. We created our own hard water by adding magnesium-rich Epsom salt. So we made hard water in our blue, and this was regular. This is the pure water, the distilled water. We created our own hard water by adding magnesium-rich Epsom salt to one of our jars. We noticed that the soap in that jar did not create as many suds. That's because the magnesium had its own reaction with the soap, making a soap scum film. The film is the same tough-to-remove soap scum that's in your bathroom. And if you've ever noticed crusty residue on your faucets and shower heads before, then you've seen how minerals can build up. Mineral molecules easily bond with metal, which can cause problems even in your water pipes. For this reason, many houses have water softening systems to help remove these calcium and magnesium deposits. They not only protect your pipes, they also help your soaps and detergents be more effective. So if you look at this little picture here, up at the very, very top, you can see a metal faucet with lots of white crusty residue around it. That is where the magnesium and calcium deposits have grown around that piece of metal. And then there are some more pictures here of some pipes that have built up. This one has a lot. That's been a long time building up. Wow. Did you know that atoms are often positively or negatively charged based on the number of electrons in their outer ring? Calcium and magnesium are positively charged ions. To remove them from hard water, scientists use negatively charged chemicals to work as magnets in water softening systems. As tap water filters through, the calcium and magnesium molecules bond to them and they are removed, leaving more purified water. So again, this represented our hard water and this represents our purified water because it has way more soap scums than the other. And I think I even put extra soap in this one. So if I had done the exact right amount of soap, it probably would have been even more starkly different. So I do recommend using an eyedropper after all. Anyway, that is our lesson on hard water, week 18.